Okay, so I hope you can see the presentation well. Okay, thank you, Laura. Thank you so much. Okay, girls. So, well, as I was asking before, if you can type your name on the chat, where are you from, or where you seeing the webinar from, and when did you give birth to your last baby, in case you have more than one. So I can get to know you a little bit. So I know, well, it is 6 of us in the webinar now. I know, well, we planned this knowing that most of people might be on holidays, and given that it's really nice weather in the UK, we know probably most of the people are in the beach right now or in the swimming pool. So I really appreciate, girls, that you're here. Hi, Anupa. Oh, 10 weeks. Good. Is this your first baby? Oh, Laura, quite early, 3 weeks ago. Oh, that's nice. Yes, you have 2 other almost teenagers. And Anupa is your first one. Nice. Hi, Carla. Oh, nice, from England, and also 5 weeks. It's quite early as well. Okay, girls, good. Well, I'll tell you a little bit more about me later, in case you're wondering a little bit about me, but I prefer to go starting now. So I want to ask you first the reason why you're here. What do you want to be active for? You don't, well, if you want to share this on the chat, I'm really happy for you to share it on the chat. But if not, just keep it for yourselves and just try to answer as honest as you can. What do you want to be active for? And next question, which is really important as well, what does this mean for you? What does it mean for you being active, having a healthy lifestyle? And same, feel free to share this on the chat. We are a small group, we are a little family this evening, so, well, just please feel comfortable and feel confident to share anything you want, okay? And this won't be shared, of course. And well, now that we have started, I said this before, thank you so much, girls, for being this evening with me, especially now that I know there's a little bit of a heat wave in the UK, and you could be just lying down outside and having a mocktail. So thank you so much for being here and for sharing your time with me. And also, girls, congratulations, because just putting a little bit of time aside for yourself to attend the webinar, to keep working on your health is quite important. And I know it's quite hard, especially when you have kids, when you just had a baby. So, well, congratulations, girls, for stepping forward for that. And Carla, oh, you were very active before. Wow, you were doing loads of things. That's really good, really good. So probably that has helped as well in your postnatal recovery, for sure. It's having an impact. And well, girls, these are the things that you might wondering whether you are in the right place, whether you're gonna take any advantage from this webinar. Oh, that's really nice, Laura, that you were like into it, you were doing your research into exercise and how to tackle pain. Wow, really good. So, well, girls, for you to know whether you are in the right place this evening. So if you are here is because you want to stay active and this is important for you, but well, you might be not really sure what is the main advice or the main recommendation, or what kind of things are safe for you to keep avoiding injuries or any type of pain. Also because you want to keep a healthy body. We're not talking only about aesthetics, we are talking about having a healthy body, strong and relaxed as well. And also because you want to keep your identity as a woman, because you want to keep doing things that are good for yourself, things that are good for you. But obviously, well, with having kids at home, this can look as a impossible mission, and well, it might be hard to accomplish all those things. And as I said, to try to put some time aside. I was talking before to one of my ladies, and she was just saying like she wished she had just 1 hour a day for herself, just to do whatever thing that she wanted. So being a mother is quite hard job, quite demanding. So well, sometimes it's hard, especially to find the time to be active. So that's why I'm here, to try to help you be more active in a safe way. So well, if you resonate with those girls, you are in the right place. You are here to try to find different tools to stay active. And well, I'm here as well to give you everything, almost everything I know, to give you my 100% during the webinar, because well, you're here and that's what I have to do, and that's what I want to do as well. And for you girls, the only thing I'm asking is that respect your time, please, and your space. So I know it's hard, and most of you have babies, quite early stage babies. So I know you might need to take care of them, or to breastfeed them, or to feed them. So well, I know that we cannot avoid that, but as much as possible, just try to respect your time. Okay, so try to keep your phone muted, try to stay away from social media. Also, just try to keep only this screen open in your browser. And well, if you can tell your family that you're going to be a little bit busy for an hour and a half, that would be great. And feel free to take notes and ask me anything you need during the webinar through the chat, or opening your microphone. Anything you want, girls, I'm here for you. And those are the things that we are learning today. So well, if you received the the email yesterday and this morning, we were doing also a little bit of a recap of the things that we are talking about today. So first thing that we are going to see is how to stay strong, and the 5 types of exercise that must be included in every workout. Then we're going to see how to safely engage your abs, and in this way we will be able to re-strengthen our core and our abdominal wall. Also, how to take care of your back, neck, and shoulders, and why it is important to keep doing your pelvic floor muscle training. Okay, even if we don't have any incontinence now, or for example, if we had a C-section, sometimes we think that because we had a C-section, our pelvic floor didn't suffer anything, and well, there are things that we have to take care about, and our pelvic floor is one of those, and it's really important. So this is going to be the structure I'm going to follow during the webinar. So first, I'm going to present myself a little bit. Then I'm going to go through the 4 ways to keep yourself strong and healthy, and to, well, of course, to exercise in a safe way. Then I will talk a little bit about the postnatal exercise program, and we will finish with some questions and answers. And now that I'm starting the webinar, girls, I ask you to keep an open mind and take this webinar as an opportunity and as a window for you to be more active, and for you to step into exercise again. And I say this, well, because I love this quote. The more I learn, the more I know how much I don't know. So, well, as I was saying this, take this as an opportunity, as a way to keep learning more and more, and also to be more aware of the things that are safe for us when we exercise in the postnatal period, and almost, well, for the rest of our life, because you know, girls, postnatal is forever. Once we get pregnant and give birth, we cannot go back. And well, now I start with myself. This is me. I'm Olga Roldán. I'm originally from Spain, from the south of Spain, But for the last 4 years, I've been living in the UK. Well, actually in Swansea, in Wales. And well, since I was a kid, so I was quite little, I've always loved movement. I was always dancing, doing sports, anything. And I was kind of an advocate for exercise. So I did my bachelor in sports science. I was really focused on the effect that exercise has on health. And I was determined on keep doing research and keep studying about injury prevention and injury recovery. But well, at some point, my last year in my degree, I met them. They are the first group of pregnant women that I trained in my life. And well, it was amazing. Just sharing, well, first just being with them and sharing with them such a precious time, which is pregnancy. And then I kept learning about it, about pregnancy and exercise. And I found out, well, it's not that I found out, people already know this, but when a woman is active during her pregnancy, her baby is going to be healthier. So for me, this was mind blowing, and I wanted to keep researching and studying about it. So after my bachelor, I did my master's in research, and then I started my PhD, which I finished in 2015. And you have a picture there from the PhD graduation with my family. And well, I wanted to keep doing research. I wanted to keep studying about fetal heart. That's a little bit my expertise, and what exercise has to do with the fetal heart. And well, I keep applying for different universities in Spain and to different, well, research positions, but in Spain it was quite hard. And well, one summer after I finished my PhD, my partner, he moved to Swansea, well, just for the summer. So, well, I was like, well, I will go there and visit you. And I knew that in Swansea University, they had a really good research program with pregnant women. So I applied for an interview, and well, the interview went really, really well. We applied for a research grant to keep studying about pregnancy and exercise, and we got it. So I moved to Swansea, and I started my research project, which is the PCAMP research project, and it stands for Physical Exercise and Cardiovascular Adaptation Monitoring in Pregnancy. And well, we've been funded by the European Commission under a Marie Curie grant, which is one of the most prestigious grants in research. So well, I've been really lucky, and well, I've been learning loads and working really hard on the project. And well, the project has taken me to different conferences, and also I was lucky I got to travel back to Spain to present my research, also to the US and along and across the UK. So well, it has given me really good things, but obviously, well, the best thing has been being with them. These are some of the girls who have participated in the research, and well, they kept pushing me to do some postnatal exercise, because well, I was specialized in prenatal exercise, but also in postnatal, although in the UK I didn't work that much in postnatal exercise because I was focused with them. But they were pushing me. They really wanted to keep doing exercise. They were so motivated. So well, thanks to them, I decided to create Women Move Beyond. And well, one of the missions of WOM is to have our exercise programs as part of the standard maternity care. So hopefully one day I will be able to see this as part of the NHS and available for everyone. Because well, this is one of my aims. This was also one of the claims from the girls who participated in my research, that this should be supported by the NHS. And also another of the missions of WOM is to offer pregnant and postnatal women a holistic approach of maternity. So well, my expertise is in exercise, and that's the foundation of WOM, but we also want to offer more holistic approach and covering another spheres of your life, such as midwifery, sexual education, and nutrition. So well, now that you know a little bit about myself, about me, let's keep learning about how to safely exercise in the postnatal period. So these are the 4 points we're going to see today. How to, well, the 5 types of exercise are a must in every workout, then how to safely engage your abs, how to take care of your back, neck, and shoulders, and sorry, why it is important to keep exercising our pelvic floor muscles. So, well, let's go with the first one, how to stay strong. And well, I want to start first showing you the National Physical Activity Guidelines for postnatal women. You haven't probably seen this because, well, this is meant to be for healthcare providers to start conversation with postnatal women about exercise. And well, it is good, like kind of at a glance, you can see what kind of things you should be doing and the exercise prescription. And well, first thing you see is like you have to aim for 150 minutes a week, right? Well, 1-2 days after birth, you probably don't feel like you want to do 150 minutes of moderate intensity exercise a week. And it doesn't say either when you should start, when is the right time to start. So just to answer those questions to you, if the presentation is going, yeah. So to answer those questions about when should I start or how should I start, so the normal recommendation from the NICE guidelines and also from the NHS is to start 6 weeks after a vaginal birth and 8 weeks after an abdominal birth. But the main thing is like you're going to start when you feel ready to start. So it's not like, okay, 6 weeks, just 6 weeks plus 1 day, I'm going to start being active after my birth, or 8 weeks plus 1 day. It shouldn't work like that. This is a general recommendation, but if you feel that you want to start walking or that you want to start moving or lifting light weights before this time, you can do it. But obviously we need to know how, okay? And that's what we're gonna see now. And also a previous recommendation before we start doing exercise, which is to see a women's health physiotherapist. So if you're able to do it, because well, this is not covered by the NHS, only in certain cases, not, well, sadly not in every woman, and it should be like this. And I don't know, girls, well, I use this just to claim, I don't know if, you know, there's a petition to the UK government made by the MUM MOT, and well, they are trying to raise awareness about postnatal healthcare, and they are raising the petition to the UK. So, well, if you haven't signed this, you can go to the MUM MOT Instagram and you're going to see the link there to sign it. So please, I encourage you to sign it, because the more signatures we have in there, the better. We can push the government to offer better healthcare for postnatal women. So, well, moving back to the presentation, if you have the possibility to see a women's health physiotherapist, go and see one of them, okay? And well, now that we are moving to start working out, which are those exercises that are a must. And here I'm talking about strength exercises mainly, okay? Not about aerobics. So those exercises are a knee dominant or squat pattern, a hip dominant or a hip hinge pattern, a pull pattern, a push pattern, and a balance exercise. So these 5, they should be included in almost every routine, if not in every routine that you do. So this is a knee dominant exercise or squat type exercise. So all the exercises that are squat type, like side lunges, back lunges, normal squat, squat with a weight, squat, one leg, anything that is a squat type exercise should be included. Then we have hip dominant exercises or hip hinge pattern, such as deadlift. I didn't include here, but shoulder bridges are those type of exercises as well. And we can combine them using weights, using elastic bands, as you see in the one in the middle. So that's that kind of type of exercise. Then we have pull exercise, and same, we can do different ones. We can do horizontal pull, vertical pull, using weights, using elastic bands, using kettlebells, using cables if you go to the gym, using different machines as well. So this is another type of exercise. Next one, we have a push exercise, which is, well, a type of push-ups, or as you see there, pushing with a band, pushing with weights in different directions with different equipment. We can do push-ups on a wall as well, knee push-ups, normal push-ups, so all those type of exercises that involve our chest. So we need to include them, especially because we're going to be pushing a pram for loads and loads of time. So we need to keep them strong and healthy. And then last one, a balance exercise. And here we can combine loads of different things. We can do single balance. We can combine it with weights. We can combine it with planks and different movements. And with the balance exercise, the important thing is that we are engaging our abs. So we are working two different sides of, well, two different parts of our body. So we're going to be working our whole core and also our balance and coordination ability. So now we have gone through the five types of exercise that should be included in every workout. And now we move to how to safely engage your abs. So girls, back to you. And I would like to know who has heard about abdominal separation or about the gap. And I'm going to take advantage and I'm going to drink a little bit of water while you go answering. And also whether you know, girls, whether you have abdominal diastasis or not. Okay, Carla said yes. Laura, you have abdominal diastasis. Okay. And Keisha says yes, you have heard of it. Laura, do you have this from your last pregnancy, or do you know if you had it before? Because, well, it can happen. Okay, Carla. Well, we will see a little bit. You can, well, to check that, you should go to a physiotherapist. They can check that. But I will go a little bit through it. Okay. So, girls, you know, well, when we're pregnant. Okay, so, well, we're gonna go through that as well, Laura, because they are different things. Because 1 centimeter gap is quite small. It's quite narrow, which is okay. But yeah, we should work on the coning. So, well, girls, as I was saying, you know that when we get pregnant, our belly is growing, and our abdominal muscles, they have to stretch and grow as well to leave a space for the baby. And that has to happen. We need this to happen. Well, in the other side, we have soft tissue around our muscles. Well, we have this type of soft tissue, which is called the fascia, all around our body. But we have a special one going around our muscles. So especially the fascia in our abdominal muscles stretches a lot when we're pregnant. So imagine that you have a pair of leggings and you keep them stretched for 9 months. And then when you want them to go to the normal position, they're still a little bit stretchy. So they don't have the same elastic ability to go back to how they were before this 9-month stretching. So what can happen is that we either keep a separation in between our abdominal muscles, especially between those ones that we know as the six-pack. They can keep quite wide, and we might not be able to engage our abs as we were doing before. We probably don't have the same strength. This can return to kind of a normal separation around 8 weeks after pregnancy. But, well, the fact that we have closed the gap doesn't mean that we still have strong abs, or we still have a really good ability and competence of our abdominal wall. So, well, one thing we need to know first is how wide is this separation. So 6 months after birth, these are values that are considered as normal, okay? for a postnatal woman. So this has been measured 5 centimeters above the belly button, then 2 centimeters above the belly button, and 2 centimeters below the belly button. So depending on where we measure the separation, because the separation can occur at different points in our linea alba. And sorry, I didn't say before, the linea alba is, you see this line between our abdominal muscles, between the six-pack, going from the sternum all the way down to our pubis. So that's the linea alba. So what we measure is the separation, is the width of the linea alba. If the separation is bigger than the numbers that you are seeing there, this can be pathological, and this can trigger some type of discomfort, such as low back pain, or even pelvic pain, urinary incontinence, abdominal pain, because the fascia, the tissue around our muscles and the linea alba, they're not strong enough. Okay. And well, with this, because we've been talking about the gap and about the separation, I also wanted to show you this picture where you can see that these people, they have a little bit of a separation as well, and they look pretty strong. Like, it doesn't look like they have a weak abdominal wall, or that they don't have weak abdominal muscles. Okay, so, and I always show this because normally we're focused on the gap and on the abdominal separation, and I know I've been just talking about this, and well, this can be important only if we have a wider separation, which can trigger some discomfort. But beyond the gap, the important thing is, well, that we are not talking only about it, that we shouldn't be talking only about the gap and about closing the gap. What is really important is that we keep a good biotensegrity of the linea alba. And the biotensegrity is the property of the linea alba to be able to contract in a good way and to be able to communicate tension and strength all along and across our abdominal wall. So that's the most important thing. So we can still keep a little bit of a gap or a little bit of a separation, but as long as our linea alba is able to engage and to create force, that should be okay. So for example, well, I wanted to share this with you as well. This is from one of the girls who was in the postnatal exercise program. And well, for her, it was quite one of the key things from the program, the way we were working on strengthening the abdominal wall and working on knowing which exercises are good for you and good for your abdominal wall, because for each of you, it can be different. And well, now we're going to go with a little bit of a practice time. So I'm going to stop sharing my screen so you can see me now, girls. I guess, yeah, you can see me now. So we're going to do one thing first. I'm going to show you a little bit about how you can check whether you have abdominal diastasis, or how strong is your linea alba, this line going from your sternum all the way down to your belly button. So if you, well, you have to do this lying down, okay? So if you lie down, feet on the floor, head on the floor, okay? Just completely lying down face up with your knees bent and feet on the floor. If you find your middle line, which is from your sternum all the way down, passing through your belly button and going down to your pubis, if you just stay relaxed and keep pulling your fingers in all the way down the linea alba, you're gonna feel how strong it is. So you probably feel whether it's giving you force back, whether you feel like kind of it's kind of a trampoline feeling. So you push down, but it's giving you strength back, or whether you can pull your fingers into this linea alba. So if you can pull your fingers into the linea alba, even if the separation is not really wide, that means that our linea alba is not strong enough. And we need to keep strengthening and to keep working on it to give them the strength that it needs, okay? So you can try that. And now we're going to see how to safely engage your abs. So every time we want to engage our abs in every exercise that we do, I want to think about focusing on our lower belly. So I'm just going to stand up so you can see a little bit. This backwards. Okay, so we're going to think about, so you see here, like I have like a little zip in the bottom, quite low in my belly, close to my pubis. So one of the easiest thing to, well, for me to teach you how to properly engage your abs is to think about this way, to think about you have a zip here and a bottom. So remember those kind of high waist jeans that we wear sometimes, and we try to pull the zip up, all the way up, and also the button. So when we try to tie, well, to put a button, and we try to keep our belly in and up, so we should be feeling this, that the strength is coming from the lowest part of your belly. So we can use either the zip quote or the button quote. So if we use the zip quote, just feel as if you were pulling a zip quite tight, in and up, in and up, in and up. So you try to close the zip with your abs. Okay, don't know if I'm explaining myself really well, but well, girls, if there's anything you don't understand, if I don't explain it well, please just type it on the chat or let me know. So I say again, so just imagine we have a zip and we try to close the zip, close, 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 close. So we pull our belly in and up, in and up, in and up, especially from our lowest bit. And another way we can do this is thinking about the button. So think about you have a button in your lower belly and the button is quite hot, super, super hot. So we're trying to pull our belly away, 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 away from the button, okay? So we don't get burned. So that's another safe way to engage our abs. So for every exercise that we do, especially if we're doing type of Pilates abdominal exercises, or if we want to go back to crunches or any type of abdominal exercise, first thing we have to do is to really be able to engage our abs in and up from our lowest belly. So just focus on your pubis and either do the zip one or do the button one. So you keep pulling your belly in and up from the lowest part. Okay, so that's the way we can engage our abs in the safest way. Okay, and you can let me know now, well, if you want to try whether you have abdominal separation or whether how strong your linea alba is. You can try that, you can give it a try yourself, and then do this type of contraction that I show you. Same, you stay lying down, feet on the floor, and just think about engaging your lower belly in and up, in and up, in and up, really, really strong, and then try how is your linea alba responding. So you can feel the difference. You can really see whether your linea alba is being strong or if it needs to be strengthened, okay? And depending on how you feel, well, you can contact women's health physiotherapist and exercise professional, and we will be able to help you, okay? And this is just a little tool for you to try yourself, okay? And I'm gonna go back to share my presentation again and to continue. And girls, if there's anything you want to, I don't know why I lost the presentation, but well. Okay, we were here. Okay. If you have any questions, girls, I know you've been pretty quiet there. So well, let's go with the third one, how to take care of your back, your neck, and your shoulders. So girls, I would like you to let me know what all these pictures have in common, what you can see in these pictures. And I'm gonna take advantage and drink some water as well. What can you see, girls? Yes, they're all holding babies. Yep. And when we hold the baby, when we keep them, well, either if we're helping them to walk or we are feeding them or just holding them, our back is the one holding all the weight. Well, holding our weight and also holding the weight of the baby. And that's why it is really common to have upper back chain pain or discomfort. Our back chain is, well, the structure of our body that goes from the back of our head all the way down to our heels, just passing to the back of our arms, our back, bum, and back of our legs. So it's quite common just because of that, because when we hold the baby, all that weight is being supported by our back. And we can develop, and well, because of that and because of the feeding posture, we can develop an upper cross syndrome. And this is quite common during pregnancy and also in the postnatal period. So we're gonna develop tight neck muscles and tight chest muscles and weak front neck muscles and weak upper back muscles. And what we want to move is to an optimal alignment. We want to keep this nice and straight back, okay? Instead of having kind of a rounded back and shoulders pushing forward. And well, this is one of the testimonials from another of the girls. She was with me during her pregnancy, and well, she's still with me in her postnatal period. And well, in the beginning, after giving birth, she wasn't feeling well. She was having lots of neck pain and shoulder pain. Well, because of the breastfeeding position, and well, just working on her neck, on her shoulders, on her back has helped her to keep avoiding that pain and to keep working on it. And well, so you see there, she now, after following the postnatal program, she feels stronger and she's more aware of her posture and the things that she can do to improve it. So I'm back sharing my screen, girls. I'm back here to show you a few movements and exercises that we can do to prevent this lower back pain and neck pain and upper back. Sorry, I said lower. I mean upper back pain. So well, things we can do. First things is posture. So the better posture that we keep, the better it's going to be for, well, for everything. So I know it's hard. Well, now when we hold the baby, when we feed the baby, or when we want to put them in the crib, or when we try to calm them, we should be not all the time that we're holding them, because this is quite hard, but some of the times where we are holding them, just trying to be aware of your posture and just try to keep right and straight back. And one of the things, if you want to try, you can try this without the baby first. Just keeping one, if we're sitting down or standing up, just keep one hand on your head and just try to push your hand up. So in that way, by pushing our hand up, we're going to keep really aligned and straight back. And that's the posture that we should keep, with our shoulders low and slightly back. Okay, so I repeat this again. So quite nice posture, hand on your head and just try to push your head up and grow tall, grow, and then keeping your shoulders relaxed and slightly back. So when we have well, this is sometimes a bit hard when we're just sitting down or standing up. So we should practice this as much as we can. And then when we have our baby with us, when we're holding the baby, just try to keep that posture. Okay, just from time to time, just think about, okay, I'm just going to try what Olga said in the webinar, just keeping my back straight, keeping my shoulders relaxed. Okay, so even when we're holding the baby, we're trying to train and to work out our back muscles to keep them strong, to keep them healthy, and for them to be able to support and well, yeah, to support all the activities that we are going to be doing during the day. Another thing we can do when we are feeding the baby, whether we are breastfeeding or whether we are bottle feeding, just try to keep your baby in a high position, but not always holding the baby with your arms. So you can put a few pillows on your legs and keep the baby on the pillows, and you just hold it a little bit. You just make sure that the baby is able to reach your breast, or that you can feed the baby in a good way. But just try not to hold the weight of the baby all the time when you're feeding the baby. Okay, same with your neck. We tend to, well, especially when breastfeeding, we tend to look, and if we're bottle feeding as well, we tend to look to the baby. So, well, we cannot avoid this because we're going to be doing that. But, well, also make sure if you, especially if you're bottle feeding, that you hold your baby with the other side as well, because, well, if you're breastfeeding, you probably are going to share both breasts with the baby. You're gonna change the baby. But if we bottle feed, we probably just hold the baby with our dominant side, with the one that we feel comfortable with. So make sure you go with the other side as well. Okay, and then after feeding the baby, if we have kept a good alignment in our back, that's okay. But make sure you do a few stretches. So one we can do is just stretching to the side. So just keeping ear towards your shoulder. So we lengthen and we stretch and we relax. Then we can look a little bit to the side to keep stretching, and then to the other side. So we go ear to shoulder to stretch side of our neck, to relax this side of our neck. Okay, also head rolls, especially all around your chest. So we relax all our back muscles, and those are things you can do every day. You can do that just after breastfeeding, or you can do it before going to bed, when you wake up, at any time during the day, any point. Also, another exercise we can do, especially for, well, to relax our chest muscles, because they can get quite tight just because of the posture I was explaining before of holding the baby or trying to walk with the baby or feeding the baby. So another exercise we can do is called, well, the waiter or the no money, up to you how you want to call it. So we should keep our palms facing up, and from there we pull our hands out and back. I'm going to stand up so you can see better. So from here I go opening and closing. So I keep the chest open and closed. I stretch my chest and close. So that's quite easy exercise. We don't need any equipment. We need nothing. So we can just go opening and closing our chest. And that's going to help to stretch and to relax all our chest muscles and to keep them healthy and released. And, well, also to keep strengthening our back. You saw before the type of exercises that we can do, all the pull type exercises with an elastic band, with a weight, with cables. So, well, any pull exercise is going to work to keep our back strong. Okay. So, well, 4 things to focus on. First, posture. So keep a nice postural line. Think about the pushing your head against your hand. Okay, then the stretching, just stretching a little bit. That's our third one. And then the second one, and the head rolls. Third one, chest stretching. We can do the no money. Just keep opening your chest. Good. And then fourth one, any pull movement to keep our back strong. Okay, so those are ways we can apply to keep our back, neck, and shoulders strong and healthy. And I'm back to share my presentation again. Okay. And we go through the last but not least part of the webinar about our pelvic floor muscle training and why it is important to do it even if we don't have any signs of urinary incontinence. So why is that? Why having a healthy pelvic floor is that important? Well, because our pelvic floor is supporting all our organs, well, most of our organs, and also it works on our continency. Well, so when we don't have a healthy pelvic floor, we probably have incontinence. And also because apart from supporting our organs, it keeps them in place. And that's key as well. If we don't have a healthy pelvic floor, we can suffer from pelvic organ prolapse, urinary incontinence, also sexual dysfunction. So keep them healthy is not only from an incontinence point of view, it's from also other quite important things. And having a healthy pelvic floor as well prevents from pelvic pain and lower back pain. So that's why we want to keep it healthy. And another important thing is we should keep working it, even if we don't have any incontinence, or even if we don't feel anything in our pelvis, and whether we feel our pelvic floor is okay, because it is a muscle, and as a muscle we should keep working it out as we do our biceps or our squats to keep our glutes strong and healthy. And because pelvic floor dysfunction can appear months or years after birth, okay, because we gave birth, our pelvic floor was hopefully was intact, nothing happened to it, but it is a little bit weaker than before, because it was for 9 months, it was supporting a weight that it never supported before. So if we didn't work our pelvic floor muscles during pregnancy, our pelvic floor is going to be a little bit weaker than before. And if we don't take care of it, it's going to be weaker and weaker and weaker. And probably a few years after, or after another pregnancy, we start having pelvic floor dysfunction, and we don't want that. And also for women, as we age, we start losing collagen, and collagen is one of the main components of our soft tissue. So our fascia, which is also, you already know about this, is the one in charge of keeping our pelvic organs, our bladder, our womb, our rectus, is the one in charge of keeping them in place, and to prevent as well any type of pelvic organ prolapse or urinary incontinence. So, the stronger they are, the better, because we're gonna age and we cannot stop this. So what can we do to keep a healthy pelvic floor? So as I said, we should keep taking care of our pelvis and our pelvic floor muscles. So to take care of our pelvis, you have here some different types of exercise. With these type of exercises, we keep our pelvic floor released, because it's really important to keep a strong pelvic floor, but it's also important to keep a released and a relaxed pelvic floor. So these are types of, I can find the arrow, there it is. These are type of exercises that we can do. So pelvic tilts, pelvic circles in different positions and directions. You can see there are cats and cows, which is quite an easy, simple exercise. We don't need any equipment to do them. I'll just play them again so you can see, you can just remember them. So as I was saying, we don't need any equipment. We can do them at any point during the day. We can add them to our workout routine as well, to the 5 exercises we were seeing in the beginning, and also to the abdominal contraction that we saw in the second point. Okay, and I'm going to stop sharing my screen again to do a little bit of practice for our pelvic floor. So I have my pelvis here, the one you were seeing in the pictures. I used to take it with me almost everywhere I go, because it's really useful, useful, and also for you girls to see how is your pelvic floor. So you can see here, this should be your urethra, your vagina, anus, and you can see the different directions that our pelvic floor muscles have. And we can also see the different layers of our pelvic floor. And we can see our pelvic floor from the inside. So you can see it looks a little bit like a hammock. Okay, so what we were seeing that one way we can keep our pelvic floor relaxed and released was through those pelvic movements, pelvic tilts, pelvic circles, and well, hip circles as well. And now we're gonna do well, the 2 basic pelvic floor contractions, okay? Because that's the way we should keep our pelvic floor strong. So if you want to practice this with me, girls, I'm going to ask you to, well, you can picture or you can touch it, because that's a good thing from the pelvis, that we can touch and we can feel where it is. So to do a basic pelvic floor contraction, we have to think about our pubis, which is the bone on the top of our pelvis, quite thick and strong. Then we have to think about our 2 sit bones, which are the bones where we sit on. That's why we, well, they're anatomically, they call the ischium, the right and the left. But well, for us, we will say sit bones, because as I said, that's where we should be sitting on always. And we're sitting down. And then in the back of our pelvis, we have the coccyx, okay, which is the tiny bone here at the back of our pelvis. So to do a basic pelvic floor contraction, we have to focus on these 4 points. So we have 1 at the front, 1 at the back, and 2 on the sides, okay? So they make like a kind of, you see there, kind of a diamond shape, okay? So when we want to engage our pelvic floor muscles, what we want is to pull those 4 points together and lift up your pelvic floor. That's what we want to do. So we're gonna go together. I explain this and then I explain what you should be feeling, okay, when we do this. So if we sit down, just making sure you're sitting on your sit bones, that's quite important. So just try to feel your sit bones either on the chair, on the floor, or on the sofa, on the bed, wherever you're sitting on, keeping your back straight and elongating your back. So same as we saw before, hand on your head and just try to push your hand. So we try to grow tall, 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 and we stay like that, okay? We're going to breathe in, think about your 4 points, and as we breathe out, just bring those 4 points together and lift your pelvic floor, lift it up, hold it, and then we're going to release. And we go again. Same, think about your 4 points, breath in, breath out, engage your 4 points, and lift. Hold it, so feel your pelvic floor strong and going up, and then we release. So that's the basic type of contraction. We can do this in a slow way, that's the one we just did, and we can do it in a fast way, and we're gonna try this, okay? So the difference in between the slow and the fast ones is that the fast, we don't hold them in time. We just engage and release, okay? And we're gonna go now, same all together, same posture. So we go, keeping your sit bones on the chair, elongating your back, keep lengthening and keep growing tall. And we're gonna go contract your pelvic floor and release. Contract your pelvic floor, release, and contract again, up, release. We're gonna do 2 more, contract, up, release, and again, contract your pelvic floor and release. Okay, girls, how was that? How was this little practice with your pelvic floor? Have you tried your pelvic floor muscle training before? I'm gonna go back, sharing the screen while you answer, girls. So saying, feel free to type this on the chat. Take advantage, girls, because we are, well, as I said, we are a tiny family today. We are little one. So take advantage and ask anything you need. Oh, thank you, Laura. Yes, that's really good, Carla. Yeah. So, well, normally the pelvic floor muscle training during pregnancy is quite important. And well, most of you are, well, I think all of you here have been pregnant during the pandemic. So, well, I don't know how how the antenatal classes were for you, but well, this is something that normally midwives they cover and in the classes. So well, I hope it has been useful for you girls, this type of practice. And well, now we have learned 4 ways to safely exercise in the postnatal period. So we have gone through 5 exercises that they should be always included in your workouts. Also, how to safely engage your abs. For any type of abdominal exercise you do, first, girls, please do the engage in your lower belly in and up. You can use the zip technique or the button technique. We've also gone through a few exercises you can do to keep your back, your neck, and your shoulders relaxed. And lastly, we've seen your pelvic floor muscle training. And I want to ask you girls again, same question as I was doing in the beginning of the webinar. What do you want to be active for, and what does this mean for you? And whether with the information that I cover in the webinar, whether you feel this can help you to be more active, and whether this can help you to, well, to have a healthy motherhood and an active motherhood. And well, same girls, you can share this. Sorry, I was drinking water. You can share this on the chat, and you can share, well, you can just answer that to yourselves, whether you feel. and well, if you want to experience, or if you want to keep being active and well, just align with what you wrote in the chat, or align with what you were thinking, I'll ask you girls to oh, thank you, Carla. Thank you. And thank you, Laura. Yes. Yeah. So especially, well, as they will keep growing and they will keep gaining weight, yeah, it's really important to stay fit and strong. So girls, I just ask you to stay with me for a little bit. I'm going to talk about the service that I offer to postnatal women, which is the Womb Postnatal Exercise Program. And well, if you have enjoyed the webinar, if you have liked what I was showing, well, since you know postnatal is forever, if you want to keep working with me, just imagine how many things we can do together, because this is just a little bit of how I work with postnatal women. And well, also because I would love you to feel like some of the moms I work with, some of the women I work with during pregnancy and also in the postnatal period. And well, I just want to show some of the things they say about the program, because well, I can talk beautifully about it. I can just say it's the best program, postnatal program ever. But I think best thing I can show is what other women were feeling with it. And well, this is also as well another of the testimonials is from, well, she's Anna. She was working with me in her 3rd pregnancy and also in her 3rd postnatal period. And she's Sarah. She was with me in her 2nd pregnancy, and well, she's still with me in her 2nd postnatal period. And well, for her, yeah, as you can see there, for her is something just important for her day to day, for her quality of life. And I wish every woman feels like them. So yeah, just saying this, that I want you guys to have the same experience. So I'm going to introduce my postnatal exercise program and what is it about. So the postnatal exercise program starts with a one-to-one interview with me before you start the program. So I can tailor the classes for you. So in this one-to-one interview, well, we have one part which is a questionnaire and one part which is face-to-face interview. So I get to know you. I do also, even if it's online, we go through a physical evaluation, so I can check how is your abdominal competence, how strong are your abs, how is your mobility, and whether there is any issues, and well, whether you're okay to start doing exercise, or whether I need to send you to a women's health physiotherapist before we start the exercise program. Then second thing that is included within the program is 2 live online classes a week. So we see twice a week for a live class. We do classes via Zoom. The classes last for 50, 60 minutes. And well, all classes are, well, even if it's a group class, the class has different small parts for each of you. So let's say if there's one of the girls, she has just gave birth, she's 4 weeks after birth, and there's another woman that she has given birth like 10 weeks ago or 4 months ago, the class needs to be different. Even if we all are within the same class, you probably have different exercises and different routines to do. Some of the things will be the same, but some of the things will be different. So this is always individualized and well, depending on your fitness level. And you will have as well access to our phone app. And we do this because, well, with motherhood and having kids at home or a baby, you might not be able to attend all the classes that we have within the month. So if you want to catch up with any of the classes that you missed, you have them within a phone app. And also, if you want to practice in your own time, you can have the classes as well, so you can keep practicing. And well, you can, through the app, you can see all the classes that we have been doing, not only the ones that we have done in that week. So you can move back and do previous classes, or just doing the one that we are currently doing that week. And 2 more things. So obviously you can contact me wherever you need. You will have my phone number, and any questions that you have, well, you obviously can ask during the class, but if you need to ask outside of the class, you can do that. And of course, a private group, a private WhatsApp group with the other moms that are within the postnatal program, so you can share anything that you need. I was saying before to one of the girls, well, I don't know if you said that in English, but in Spain we say, like, because she was complaining a little bit, if you want to shit on the world, if you just want to complain and shout and anything, just use the group to do that. You can use it just to release yourself. And well, next thing, because now I've said which are the things that cover the program, you might be wondering how much this cost. And well, that's a fair question. So the one-to-one interview, that's £45. Well, this is not monthly, this is just one-off because it's the first one. Then the live online exercise classes, that's £10 a class, which will make 80 a month. Access to the phone app is 15 a month, which this makes up this week make a total of £140 the first month and 95 the rest of the months. Well, I know this is really high price, so I've been trying to think what would be fair for you to pay and fair for me to charge. So we've been taking the things that we can kind of remove from the price, but keeping the program intact. So we have kept only the price from the classes, but you will still have obviously the one-to-one interview, because we need that interview, and access to the phone app for £80. But also, well, for being here with me today, we have 2 more things for you girls. And one is that you can try week free. So your first week is free. If you sign up, no payments ahead, nothing. You just come, you try classes for a week, and then you decide whether you want to join the program or not. And then the second one is a super summer discount, because, well, I know in summer it's harder to join new activities because, well, we probably go on holidays, or we have we just want to enjoy doing other things. So to push you all a little bit to join the program, we are offering a £25 discount if you join for the next 24 hours. So this discount will be forever. So if you join within the next 24 hours, you will keep that discount for as long as you stay in the program. So you have in the left side our offer. So that would be £55 a month. with the £25 discount. Or also, if you want to pay 3 months in a row, you pay the trimester, that would be just one payment of £150 a month. Well, sorry, for the 3 months. And how you can book your spot or how you can book your free week. So you can go to our website. You have the website there, but well, no worries, you don't have to copy and paste. You will see the website now and in our chat. So if you go to the website, you're going to see that, well, kind of the middle half of the website, you're going to see a button that is going to take you to a form, to a Google form. So if you answer that form, that's the way you're booking your spot, and that's the way to kind of pre-book your free week. Because what we do with that booking is that for me to know, well, to know you and to know that you're interested in the program. And then I will schedule a call with you, a Zoom call, so I get to know you and we can discuss which is the best way I can help you. Okay, and when you want to start. Carla, classes are Tuesdays and Thursdays, 11 to 12. That's in the morning. But well, I'm kind of looking forward to open evening classes, but most of the women are interested in the morning ones. So, well, Laura, thank you so much. Thank you for being here. Bye. Bye-bye. So, well, that's the way you book, girls. And now, well, now that's everything from my side, girls. I'll just leave the offer there so you can check the offer. And if you have any questions, girls, any questions, well, related to the program or related to the postnatal period, just feel free to ask. Okay, girls, and well, ladies, if you see that the schedule from the classes is not suitable, just please fill out the form, because we can keep talking and we can see whether there are other ways we are able to help you. Thank you, Nis. Thank you, Carla. Thank you, girls.